Так. Продолжаем хождение вампира. Только сейчас понял, что музыка напоминает сериал «Страшные сказки» на английском. Дедли. Посмотреть. Так. Терять район мы не собираемся. Так. Кое-что сделаем. Чтобы проблем меньше. Закрываем лишние ненужные ссылки. Поехали. Мы ее загипнотизировали. Получается. Сейчас проверим, что тут забыл. Вообще, напомнить бы как-то. Что тут делать надо?
It's locked, all right.
Эти повороты, они, конечно, немного... Даже не то, что бесит, они как-то... Чего? Здесь с двуруком, да, получается? Так, мне надо, получается, переночевать, проверить состояние вообще района. Сейчас мы посмотрим. Так, это два торговца тут. Блин, а в больнице кто второй-то торговец? Я так и не понял. Там, кажется, есть второй. Так. Если не ошибаюсь, мы излечили Дариуса Петреску. Вылечили Кадагана Бейтса. Надо проверить вообще, что у нас тут получается. Так. Так, кое-что сейчас проверим. Что у нас там по микстуркам есть? У нас осталось средство от простуды и переутомления. То есть мне надо, скорее всего, переутомление это Альберт Палмер. И простуда. А, вот восстановление тут написано даже. Все, что-то я... Так, Ричард Никеркот. Это поэт. Все понятно.
Watch yourselves! There's one of them! He's being bitten!
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in.
Чё? Это через его этот вошел. Зачем он меня опять пускает? Состояние явно уже не тяжелое, потому что я выручил нескольких людей, вылечил их. Сейчас мы кое-что настроим еще. Буквально. Паузу не поставил свои стримы, вот почему у меня немного подлагивает. Этот моментик исправим. Опять вот проходить через вот эти моменты, с каждым вторым надо драться. Кстати, надо вот с ней пообщаться. Поторгуем.
I'd like to see...
Я чуть не понял, почему в этой игре абсолютно все ингредиенты одинаковые. Даже более-менее редко вот нет одного.
This is despicable.
Хрень. Хрень у меня такого нет. Сейчас, секунду. Такое ощущение, что я сейчас еще 500 лет буду искать. Все, поставим маркер. Вот Бенджамин Палмер, вот где-то я должен быть его сын.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy! Get back in the grave! Burn it, boy! Let's see how he likes a bit of He's mine!
Что-то проблематично. И дропа, да, тут нет. Так. Четыре переутомления, 5 переутомления, 6, 7. 7 переутомления и 1 головная боль. От переутомления есть смысл просто КД делать.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening.
Do you require...
I will be...
Nurse.
I'll try.
Goodbye.
Ёб-моё. Так, ну его можно захавать, в принципе, правильно? Такое ощущение, что с ним еще какой-то будет вот.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd...
Wise choice.
Цены, конечно. Опыта, кстати, у нас поднакопилось, я так смотрю. Сейчас посмотрим. Переутомление я излечил. Раз, два, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 переутомлений. На самом деле надо по максимуму сделать. Сейчас запомнить вообще, какие ингредиенты надо. Потому что я чуть не особо запоминал. Конечно, тут... Когда ты ходишь постоянно, заходишь в эту зону, новые лекарства появляются, ходишь, воруешь, все. Такое. Так. 15 переутомлений, 5 от простуды сделал.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Чего вообще можешь туда налить как-нибудь? Ты же вроде рядом с водой, но почему ты не нальешь ее? Кстати, я что-то этого не видел. Интересно. Поехали. Конечно, всех естественно неплохие, вот, допустим. Так. Кажется, надо хапулю про... Ой, ё-моё, тут она дорого стоит. Вы чё? Какую 1000? Офигеть. Вкус 600 стоит. 1000 стоит. Вы чё? Сделаем. Чё он так дорого? сейчас мы качаем. В принципе, сыворотку не знаю, пока я особо ими не пользовался на самом деле. Сколько? Чё? Наверное, театр 1000 стоит. Это слишком жестко. Ладно. Может тогда вы тратите больше крови, чтобы мгновенно исцелить себя и увеличить скорость восстановления здоровья. 1000 стоит все равно. В принципе, на самом деле можно либо ХП, либо сделаем, не знаю. Да. Ага. То есть получается, типа, офигеть. Чё, неплохо. Если бы об этом вообще сообщали бы, какую-то информацию до этого, было бы прикольно, а так...
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical help?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reed.
Not under my watch, nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Milton cheats patients out of their money at this hospital, Pippa. Are you his accomplice?
Yes, I am.
Is this your definition of being useful? By abusing the sick and poor?
No. It is my definition of getting out of this useless life once and for all.
Whose idea was it?
What difference does it make? We did it together, and I'm guilty as charged.
Answer my question.
It was my idea first, even though Milton would say it was his, to protect me.
Why do you do it?
Why not? Most of the sick who paid for a bed are already dead, or will be soon. Don't you see the futility of all this?
You put a price on hope. This goes against everything you swore to uphold as a nurse.
Report me then, Dr. Reed. Report the little nurse and keep on lying about the surgical errors, the wrong dosages and diagnostics that we all covered for the sake of our colleagues.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Mr.
Evening.
Soldier.
Not really.
As long...
Don't think you can...
Goodbye for...
Fear and disgust on every...
Так, мне надо посмотреть, кого это вообще включил. То есть это восстановление. Не остался раздумным поток. Дофига.
Street corner. The daily route.
Интересно, почему он до сих пор тут, я не понимаю.
Good evening.
Good evening, Doc.
А что такой низкий стал?
Do you need...
I'm afraid that's easy.
Tell me why you're extorting money from some of the patients here.
If a patient wants a bed, he'll have to pay me a little fee. That's all.
Where did you get the idea for such an immoral scam?
Funny you should ask. The first time it was from a patient who bribed me to get a bed. It's only then I realized I could make a fortune.
Admit it. Nurse Hawkins is more than your lover. She's also your partner in crime.
Of course she is. How else could I tell which bed is free? I need to know that.
Have you no shame?
Don't you see this city is crumbling down? Today people are ready to pay to get a hospital bed. Tomorrow we may be fighting for food.
Goodbye,
Почему не подгораю? Ну, подгорает, что я должен с ним поговорить. Загорается, точнее. Я здесь с одним вроде, да, не поговорил? А нет, здесь... Да, вот весь один район, я не знаю. Так, мне нужны доктора, они на втором этаже, если не ошибаюсь. На первом слева, все точно. Да. Так, вначале с ним.
I'm quite busy.
Do you need...
Don't be rude.
Then you are...
I wish that...
Так.
Thank you for...
Так, теперь уведомление нашего пассажирчика.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Посмотрим. Все решили.
Is there an...
Really?
Goodbye for now.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me,
I'm all right. Waste your time with me.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require medical
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this?
Despite...
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same.
Goodbye, Mrs.
Что она чисто помощник, я не знаю. Кажется, опыта... По 25 опыта мне за это дают. Это...
Good evening.
I'm okay.
I have to...
Ладно, с этим еще надо будет разобраться. Так, мне надо с кем вообще общаться еще? Восстановление. Освальд Тэтчер. Ага, точно из индуса. Да. Про него совсем забыл, кстати. Общаться.
Good evening. Do you need the proc... And that? Of course.
Так.
It's locked.
Кое-что вспомнил. Мне
I
надо
will not let you down, my boy.
сбегать к тебе. Конечно, просадки FPS непонятны вообще абсолютно. Норм, у нее все с глазами, я смотрю. Это ж тварь.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady, the blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from you. You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires or your current situation, I will be glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But I believe there is...
A lady has to have some secrets.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
What type of vampire is a Scar?
Not a true vampire. The deformed.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then?
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad?
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
Да.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Ну, короче, он не просто так его сделал бессмертным.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society, and like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Are you an Ekon too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires. But all vampires are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
I bid you farewell. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
And I thought last summer's epidemic was done.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Так, мне надо с Монти, да, поговорить. Я уже понял. Мне интересно одно. Если я не появляюсь долго в каком-то районе, они там не начнут это погибать? Сильно критическое. Это печально. Столб. Блин, вот это, конечно, ошибочка. По моей миссии, значит.
Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I never saw symptoms like this when I was in France.
Такое ощущение, что этот Сонсик что-то скрывает.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
And why not? What did Stoker say about the children of the night? Well, using my blood, I could create a whole army of vampires.
Surely you're joking.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Чё бы он ее убил? Так. Доступен новый диалог.
Please do so.
So you manage a hospital financed?
Yes. Pembroke was founded by Lady Ashbury.
A convenient yet expensive way to have a fresh supply of blood on hand, day and night, don't you think?
All vampires drink blood by nature. Me, I praise the lady's exemplary moral fiber.
If I may inquire, how did you meet her?
Well, Jonathan, she sought me out and offered me the position. It's been a very profitable partnership for both parties.
Do you know anything about the vampire hunt?
Without a doubt, it's the Guard of Priwen. Zealots to the last man.
Where do they come from?
Once they shared the Brotherhood's ideology on non-intervention, but they concluded vampires were a scourge.
They're definitely well organized and equipped.
They're extremely dangerous and not to be trifled with. To them, you're a feral beast, and I, your accomplice.
Nurse Crane will not be returning to Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, really? Did something happen? She seems such a very capable woman.
She was blackmailing Lady Ashbury. Thought she was murdering patients as some sick upper-class game.
Nurse Crane was playing a dangerous game. She's lucky Lady Ashbury abhors violence.
We'll talk later.
Блин, я сейчас пойду в этот Whitechapel, и там жопа будет вообще. Такое ощущение.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
It ain't human! Kill it! Fuck, it's fast!
дура, а? Называть себя вот это вампиром постоянно и рисковать жизнь. Гениально.
Step away, sir. I'll put it in. Over there! There's one of them vermin!
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Да тварь ты. Убил сестру свою несколько.
What do you want? Somebody help! Somebody help! Somebody help!
Да тише, тише, все, спасу я тебя.
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Xiaoxun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Сильно. Сильно, сильно. Окей. Вот она, Сяошунь. Ага. Еще один тут тип. Тут один чел. Понятно. Да без проблем идти.
It's locked, all right. Carnage. Is Father Whitaker's disciple among the bodies? This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker.
Конечно, ничего не думаю, но...
Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail.
Какой Сэмюэл? О чем ты вообще? Кто такой Сэмюэл? Джексон, что ли? Что-то я вообще... Так, ключ от убежища, ключ от морга. Мне просто интересно, почему у меня... Ладно, потом разберусь.
Maybe later.
Так ты, может, тогда пойдешь? Нет? Ну не в обиду, но как вообще тут можно жить? Вообще вот. На самом деле, учитывая то, что я всего лишь одного человека убил, то это не настолько это и сложно. Я реально убил только одного человека.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
слабенько будет. Вот просто горожанин идет и здесь видит на кладбище просто овер дофига трупов. Да. Как минимум странно, мне кажется. В клетке захоронили.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony. Mother, why have you come here? This is proving far worse than I imagined.
Не, ну а как вообще? Сейчас дебилизм. Нужно войти по-другому.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
A vampire crying over the death of a loved one. It sounds like a bad joke.
No, Jonathan. She was your sister. And the pain of her death, the hunger that killed her, will stab at you for years. It's important to cry for those you love.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
How can I? I've destroyed my family. My poor mother. I can't even console her.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries, and time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Да, ну музыка вообще круто. Так, тут я зашел, тут два входа получается. Можно на Void Chapel как раз будет выйти, получается.
This is no place for you, sir. It's a leech! Kill it!
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Что это такое?
Lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon.
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall.
Что это такое? Почему
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel?
Best to be moving on.
This man stunned me with his faith, his crucifix. This is not good news.
Еще бы это была хорошая новость. Получается, он все просто сжигает. Да. Нормально я его, конечно, подставил, этот райончик.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Так, ну в принципе можно остаться сейчас в ВЧ, в больницу потом пойти. Сейчас я вылечу в ВЧ.
I confessed to that vicar. Do I feel better? Only time will tell.
Most of them don't speak. Good evening, Doc.
Have you any news of...
It appeared...
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is exactly what I want my readers to understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Goodbye, Mr.
Так, ну, мне надо посмотреть. Получается, что у нас? Мигрень, анемия. Вот это, блин, это печально. Простуда, переутомление. У меня есть от простуды и от переутомления. От анемии у меня нет. Мигрень так вообще жесть. Как здесь может быть вообще что-то критическое, если...
Good evening, Christy.
Change your mind?
What you...
Two girls are...
Goodbye.
Another beating, Barrett. You again? What?
Can I offer you?
Keep your medic.
There is a thing...
All right.
Have you...
I saw her wandering the streets yesterday.
Goodbye, Mr.
Good quality. Come on. Fancy bar.
You never look... Joe Peterson. He's the villain here.
I've known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer. Good one, even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
It's never easy to find a new path in life, especially after the loss of a loved one. But crime is certainly not the best option.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? And most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
And no one...
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against the...
Do you have...
It appears those who dare to get healthcare from that bitch are never seen again. Something...
Right then.
Так, мне что нужно? Мне нужно... Вот, что вот это грение? Восстановление, мне осталось простуда, нити, грень и грень.
Yep.
Goodbye,
да? Чё?
Want some of this? Filthy piece of shit!
Секунду. А вот это уже серьезная тема. А, короче, это шляпа, да, короче? Я понял. Да, ждал, конечно, чуть большего. Не, ну на самом деле на лоу левел вообще приятно качаться. Там еще один. Портсигар. Кстати, вообще, зачем я эту часть чищу? Тут же... Опа! Топорик, это, кстати, интересно. Тише, тише.
I cannot enter.
Да, это жесть.
It's locked.
Ты издеваешься? Он просто постоянно. Блин, может он типа сделает возврат памяти? Походу из-за того, что я типа... Ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой-ой. Понял. Дороти Крейн. Да. Я вот что думаю, мне надо, наверное, будет поставить нормальное оружие. Дамочка, успокойтесь. Так, ну, я думаю, наверное, вот эту. Средство от боли, головной боли. Не, ну на самом деле это такой бред. Типа, по идее его чип, как бы хана. Как бы так. Так, что мы сюда поставим? Возьмем что-нибудь. Ладно, я передумал, мне не нравится это оружие уже.
It's locked, all right.
Интересно, куда пресс куда-то сам делся? Типа, все, он умер, что ли, или чё? Так.
Good evening, Mr. Petrescu. What are you doing here?
I should ask you the exact same question, Mr. Doctor. Now leave me alone.
I heard what happened to Nurse Crane. How do you feel, Mr. Petrescu?
Everything was going well until you arrived. Dorothea helped people and will be sorely missed.
Maybe you should consider the bigger picture. We may not have the same approach, but my priority is the safety of London's citizens.
So you put an end to the operation. Did you put an end to Dorothea as well?
You seem to have a lot on your chest, sir. What's wrong?
I heard you are a famous surgeon. Tell me, what did you do to Dorothea? She was so bright, so clever. Then you made her an empty shell.
I didn't use drugs or medical trickery, Mr. Petrescu. All I did was talk to Nurse Crane. I promise you.
But what happened to her then? After you left, she did not even recognize me. Then she got careless and sick, and I had to flee.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets. I do not believe.
What do you plan to...
I'm not sure. Strange men came to see me after Dorothea's death, with strange weapons and very...
What kind of stories?
Stories all Romanian children know. It was as if I was home again. Vampires, Mr. Doctor. Vampires.
You believe them? Aren't you too old to hold a weapon or listen to scary stories?
Yes, I am old and alone and will die soon, but if these stories are true, maybe I have found...
Are you living?
And why not? Those who believe there'll be...
What about your house?
My house is always open to any poor soul needing a roof. All my work here is lost now.
Why are you so...
I remember the night you came here and convinced me to open my door to you, sir. I'd like to punch you right on your chops.
Goodbye, Mr.
There. I'm so sorry.
Что за бред? Хватит мне вот этот консоль показывать. Теперь. Я тут был, да? Я тут не был. Ёперный кадр, что ж. Так, мне интересно, что мне нужно тут. Часть хорошего. Хочу двуручную, на самом деле, улучшить. Часть обычной рукояти.
Against malevolence and trickery.
Good evening. And good evening. Have you?
Not at all.
Do you need it? Maybe. I think I'll leave. Hello again, miss. Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia. Very well.
Look the other way this week, Joe. Come on, we can sort it out.
Good evening.
Много, наверное, зарабатывает.
Have you
It seems her dispensary isn't so busy nowadays. Good thing.
I'd like to see.
Давай один этот пробуем. Так, ладно, ну все, в принципе, мне нужно туда. А, стоп, нет, не сюда надо. Мне надо вот сюда. Интересно.
It's a leech! Kill it! Watch it, Primo! Shall prevail! Filthy piece of shit!
I remember you